Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing an overview of Roll for Rum, a new roll and write that's available on Etsy. The designer sent me a link to the map so that I could show you guys how this game works. So this will be a brief overview. I'll do a few rounds just so you get a feel of how the game plays. And yeah, would love to hear your thoughts afterwards. So what you'll need to play is just 3 dice and a pen or a marker. I'll use a marker because I am using a dry erase friendly sheet. I did laminate my printout. All right, so we'll get started. I'm going to roll 3 dice and just tell you what you can do with the dice. So you're going to be able to place the dice in one of 3 sections, assigning each die to one of them. So we'll start with the fate section. So fate is what triggers an event based on a result. So say I put a 3 here. That 3 is hunger. That means you lose 1 fish for each crew. And if you can't pay with fish, you actually lose 1 sailor for each unpaid fish. So in your game, you'll be gaining sailors or crew. And so you definitely don't want to lose them because you use them to defeat monsters, which I'll explain in a bit. But for the other aspects of the rolls, if you roll a 1, nothing happens. If you roll a 2, that's favorable wins. So you gain an extra course correction for this turn when you sail. If you roll a 3 or a 4, you lose either a fish or that crew member. If you roll a 5, that's considered a fertile sea. So if you collect fish this turn, you gain an additional fish. So that's always nice. But if you roll a 6, that's called curse of gold. You lose 1 rum point for each pirate gold that you have. So that's probably not one you want to roll. Sail is pretty simple. That's basically, moving around in this map. So you start where this boat is down here, and your goal is to reach this X. There's going to be a bunch of obstacles, but sailing is the main way that you're going to go around the map. So when you sail, say I use the number 6, you can move 6 spaces, and you have to move 6 spaces. So you have to move in a straight line based on your previously set course. So if you're moving in a certain direction, you have to continue moving in that direction. But keep in mind, you do always have a one-time course correction of up to 60 degrees during your move. And you have to move the exact number that's on the die. But if you hit a cliff, which looks like this, it's kind of like a mountain, or you hit the edge of a map, for each extra movement point that you end up not doing, you actually lose a flotsam, which is one of your repair materials. So your flotsam is over here, and you actually start with 2 when you start the game. So a bit of some rules there, but should be pretty manageable. So let's do the sail right now. I'm going to move 6. I'm going to move 3 in this direction, 2, 3. And I'll use that 1 course correction to move a different direction for the rest. 1, 2, 3. And in that process, I did gain 2 fish that I crossed over. So I will go ahead and mark and circle 2 fish on the track. So the last die that you'll be using is the torrent die. So I'll assign a 4 there. Essentially, this will be how you manage this whirlpool that's kind of in the center of this map, and that's going to get in your way. So the torrent is going to increase by 1 plus the value of the die. So right now it's going to be 5, and you're going to start from this section and kind of draw a swirl. Mine just might look like a little circle, but we'll see. So I'll do 5 markings, and they have a dotted line around it so you know exactly what direction you're going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, oh wait, that's not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure. I think I counted the middle as 1. So that's 5. And it's just going to keep going around and around and around, making it a little bit more difficult for us to get to where we need to go. In solo, you have a solo mode tracking section of your sheet. So you'll want to mark down the rounds you played and also how many times you used a 6 for a sail. I used a 6 for the sail, so I'll mark just a quick circle there. And there's going to be a little formula for how you calculate your score at the end of the game when you play solo. All right. So explaining kind of the rest of what's on this sheet. I do want to mention the part about the harbors or the ports essentially. So there's a couple of ports on the sheet that have multiple numbers, like this is 7543, 1075. So that just means how many points people would get in the order that they visit the harbor. So the first player of a multiplayer game would get 10 points if they visited this one. The second one who visits that one gets 7 and so on. And then when you visit the port, you get to do some trading. You get to trade your pirate gold for fish or crew or flotsam. You get to trade fish for flotsam. I'm sorry, for additional crew. And so yeah, the port is very important because you could trade things and get things that you need. Over here is how you track your rum points. So you get to circle them. And then over here is how you track your sailors or your crew. This is your flotsam, which helps repair things. And then here you track all of your pirate gold. And as you complete each of these rows, you'll gain additional rum points. You'll collect your fish on this side. As you complete the rows, you'll also get more rum points. Down here, it tells you a little bit about the sea monsters. So you might encounter a sea monster during your travel. So you'll just go ahead and fight them with the crew that you have. There's a number below or within the hexes of each of these sea monsters, and that's how many crew you would need to fight these sea monsters. And depending on the value that's on that hex, if you successfully defeat them, you'll gain loot. You'll gain 1 for a level 1, 2 for level 2, and 3 loot for level 3. And how loot works is you roll 1 die to gain, hopefully gain some additional resources like rum points or pirate gold. If you roll a 6, unfortunately, though, you don't get anything. All right, so let's do a second roll here. 2, 4, 6. So I think I will put the 6 here. The 2 allows for an extra course correction and the 4 for the torrent. So 6 for the sail. I'll continue going this way. 1, 2, 3, and I'll go left for the remaining 6. 1, 2, 3. So I gain 1 pirate gold during that trip, and also 1 fish. And now for the torrent is 4 plus 1 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that was my second round, and I did use another 6 for the sail. All right, let's take one more turn. 3, 4, 6. Okay. So I think I'll use the 3 for the fate. I'll use the 6 for the sail, 4 for the torrent again. So the 3 for the fate makes me lose 1 fish. So I'll cross that out because I've lost it. The 6 on the sail lets me move 6 in a certain direction, but I do have to course correct because I'm now at a wall. So I will go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. You know what? I'm gonna switch these. I'm gonna go this direction for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had to use my course correction there, which you do get 1 of when you sail. And then the torrent is 6, so 6 plus 1 is 7. So that whirlpool is getting huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So unfortunately, I've lost quite a bit of access to these 2 ports. I didn't get there in time before the whirlpool got there. But yeah, that's not great. All right. Well, that is basically how you would go on and play Roll for Rum. If you have any questions, let me know. There are a ton of maps available for this game, and I think there's lots of replayability and that potential there for solo and multiplayer as well as a more competitive game. Not too complex, I would say. I think the maps would definitely add some additional rules if you're interested in learning more about that. But yeah, This is kind of like that, starter map for this game. So if it looks too easy for you, there's definitely some additional challenges, I think, with other maps. All right, I'm going to end my video here. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks to Florian for sending me the files so that I'm able to learn and show the game to you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.